Hello, Sion here with another Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood related video, and today I can finally talk about Ninja. I was leveling Ninja the last couple of weeks with some breaks here and there, but I'm very satisfied that I actually have managed to level my second DPS to 70 now. And what can I say about Ninja? It is incredibly fun. I mean, I think I said the same thing about the Bard, but to be honest, I haven't been playing Ninja much in Realm Reborn and not too much in Heavensward. I have been to a few raids with it, but mostly when I was playing DPS I was a monk or even black mage, interestingly enough. But I haven't been playing Ninja that much, but with all the changes they implemented, I know I am maining a healer, but I was like, I would be kinda interesting in Ninja too. And to be honest, what they made with this job, I mean, it's still basically the same idea that it had before, and they really didn't weaken it, but they buffed it just so much. It is incredibly fun, and every raid group, despite the fact my group has no ninja, should be having a ninja, because ninjas are awesome. So what is new? What has actually changed here? Despite the fact we have the job abilities, maybe I talk about the role specific abilities first this time, because I haven't been having a melee DPS so far on 70. So we have Second Wind, which was originally from Monk. We have Arm's Length, which creates a barrier nullifying knockback and draw in effect. This can be interesting, at least in some situations, maybe in V4 Savage. We have Leg Sweep. This is one that I actually use most of the time, at least for dungeons, when there's actually something I can stun. But if I can't, I will probably switch this one for either Arm's Length or Bloodbath. Then Diversion reduces enmity generation. I think Ninja doesn't really need it, just because of the fact he's using Shadewalker already, because it already grants target party member the effect of Silhouette, and that already gives 80% of the enmity that I produce to my designed target, so most of the times to a tank. So therefore I don't think ninjas actually need diversion, but it is there if you actually want some more enmity generation tool. Then Invigorate, I think this is a must, just at least for AoE situations, because ninjas then will also run out of TP, probably not by soloing enemies, like one-on-one or having just one boss or something, but on groups you might run out of TP, so just in case. Also when you die, this is something you probably want to have. Bloodbath I think is also debatable, like situational, probably would be a good idea to change it for Leg Sweep if the content requires you to use it. Goat is now also in the role ability, so this means that Ninja is not the only one who's giving Goat now. Dragoons, monks, the samurais, they can all now give Goat to somebody, like for example to the tank, which is interesting. I actually like the fact, I mean, on one hand, yes, it takes a little from Ninja's personal abilities, but to be honest, this is a change I think they had to do, because maybe not every group wants to run with a ninja, and just for the extra TP, this is pretty damn awesome. Also, like, you still have your effects of Shadewalker and Smokescreen anyway, they are still signed up to Ninja anyway, so this doesn't really hurt the Ninja at all. Then you have Feint, lowers target strength and dexterity by 10%, so this is something like if you know there's a physical big hit coming, you can definitely use this to make the hit go weaker. This is something I like to use, because damage mitigation is something like from the healer perspective, I always like to have damage mitigation, and this is something I can like bring to the table. Then we have Crutch, removes bind and heavy from target party members other than self. This can be interesting, but I'm usually not using this. And there's True North. This is something I also use because it nullifies all action direction requirements. So let's say you have a boss where you can actually not hit him from behind, but you really want to get your trick attack off. This is something you can use to make sure your trick attack still has the effect of the damage reduction. So in total, I think True North, it has a 150-second cooldown, but it is something I think you can probably use a lot of times, or even if you're too lazy to move around. I think monks will really benefit from True North more, because ninjas don't have too many positionals, but it is there, and I think it is a decent option. Outside of that, of course, we have a few new actions, actually not too many here. We really didn't get too many here. But we have Health Rock Medium, and before I even talk about the the new abilities, because they pretty much are all from the new gauge, which is called the Ninki gauge. The Ninki gauge, what it does, it gives you a +6 on your gauge every time you auto attack. So this is something you always want to fill up, because if your gauge hits 80, you can actually use a few of the new, oh well, not a few, you can actually use all your new abilities when you have 80 points. You can have a total of 100 points, so this gives you a little buffer, like if you can't use it right away, but then you can still be getting some points. Anyway, you have on level 62, Health Rock Medium, delivers fire attack with a potency of 400 to target and all enemies nearby it. This is already pretty nice, because it is an AoE with a potency of 400, and I mean the ninja didn't have too many AoEs, but the AoE already was decent. This is just making it more decent. Also the range is, well, the radius is 60 arms, so it's not that big, but it is hitting quite some enemies. Also, this is an instant and it has no recast timer, so this means if there's nothing else you can use, you can always use Health Rock Medium with your Ninki gauge. Damper Vakra. This one delivers an unexpected damage with a potency of 600 with a Ninki gauge cost of 80 as well. The recast here is 50 seconds, so usually you cannot be using this 2 times in a row. But it depends, like if we do the math, if you have only one enemy you're using this one, because 600 potency is badass, it's even stronger than a Fell Cleave. But if you have at least 2, you're using Health Rock, because the split damage is still stronger and you're not really wasting points, unless you can kill maybe one enemy with the 600 potency, but usually I only use it on bosses, or like when there's only one mob left or something. But still, 600 potency, pretty damn strong. Tenchi Jin. So you have to stand still, you cannot move, but what it does, like in detail, is that you have your three buttons which you can use to form ninjutsu. You have Jin, Ten and Chi, but with this ability you can like use one of your ninjutsu single letters, like for syllables, and you can, for example, go Chi. Then instantly you have Shuriken, so you use your Shuriken. Then next you use 10, then you have the fire AoE, you use the fire AoE. Like it saves up what you already did and it continues on. And then you can use Jin and you have your what is it called, the water AoE, the Suiton, right? Yeah, then you have Suiton and can use Suiton. So this means this ability is making you doing 3 ninjutsus back to back. And I think this is insanely nice, because you can deal quite a ton of damage with it. I mean, the only drawback is that you cannot move and then that you cannot auto attack, but I mean still it's 3 ninjutsus with double potencies, and you can time it that you use like 3 really strong abilities. For example, you can also go and use your Shuriken followed up by your Raiton and then use Suiton. This is probably the strongest combination you can use, I guess. Like, you have to plan ahead which direction you want to go, but still, this is pretty insane. I really love this ability, and it already makes me thinking that I may want to go ninja for the next raid term. If my raid group is actually losing a DPS, then I would highly think about going ninja. Because, I mean, yeah, I love white mage, but maybe if I want to change, ninja is damn awesome. Also, they did a really nice change to hide. This is something I think was needed before, because like when you had ninjas in your raid group, you always had this long timer when you started into combat of 20 seconds to make sure the ninja can time up his ninjutsus, like first going and using his Suiton, and then you have to wait 20 seconds. This is not the case anymore. You can use a ninjutsu, and outside of battle, when you can use hide, your ninjutsu will reset automatically, so you can go ahead and maybe you need like 5 seconds and get your second ninjutsu, get your Suiton ready for the pull. And this is awesome. This is really awesome. I love it. So in total, also, ninja is still doing trick attack, so this means ninjas are still able to give the benefit of 10% damage reduction every minute, and only the ninjas have it, the other DPS do not have it. So in total, exactly like you want to have this on as much as you can. Also, you have your Dream Within a Dream with the 3 attacks. You can make sure you maintain your Huiton for the entire of the fight. You have Kasatsu, which makes sure your next ninjutsu is going to be a crit. Also, you have 2 OG CD, which are not too strong, but they're there. And your Death Blossom is actually not that weak, with a potency of 110. So in total, the ninja has a lot of tools and is still pretty damn awesome. I think a ninja should, like I said at the beginning in the video, the ninja should probably be in almost every group. And also the DPS the ninja is doing is insanely high. Like, it's not top DPS, don't get me wrong, but I'm pretty sure for all the utility that ninjas are bringing, they are way too high in the damage listing. Like, they should probably be more at the bottom line, to be honest, because they bring a lot of utility. I mean, they're not bringing, like, they're not bards or machinists. They are like made for the utility and they sacrifice a lot of DPS for that. But the ninja is the third DPS, like the third most utility bringer here. And he's more welcome than a machinist at the moment, let's be honest here, because he's dealing way more damage. And the personal damage of a ninja is pretty damn high. So yeah, in total, ninjas are awesome, I love them, and I hope you personally are having fun with ninjas too, because they are insane. Yeah, my equipment is not too high at the moment, but I'm really looking to level up my ninja now. Probably trying to get more content done with a ninja. But yeah, I'm pretty happy, I hope you're happy too. And I actually do not know what I'm going to level next, because if I have a look at my different jobs, I'm probably trying to focus on my Scala because it's on 66. This might be something, or my Paladin, because outside of them all my other jobs are still at 60 or below 60. So after that, it probably will take me a little more time to level something up. I mean, yeah, I have Summoner, maybe I can talk about Summoner too if somebody wants to hear me rant about the Summoner, but I haven't even done the Heavensward quests for Summoner, so this would be a longer grind for me personally. But anyway, that's everything I wanted to say, that's everything I got. Thank you all for watching. If you have any recommendations about capturing content on Final Fantasy XIV, let me know. I'm always open for any suggestions, and even though I wasn't too active in video form on YouTube for Final Fantasy XIV the last few weeks, I still love this game and I'm looking forward to the next patch. I'm probably trying to cover the 24-man raid once it's out, at least for a few streams or something, and with a few POVs. And outside of that, yeah, my group is still working on the V4 Savage Clear, but yeah, and also, I mean, I'm not the person who's giving tutorials for content. I think too many other people are already covering that, so I don't really have to do that. But I'm somebody who likes to talk about his ideas of the game and like do some kind of guides, but they're more on the job itself instead of the content. This is more my style, so this is probably something I will stick to. Also considering to do a full playthrough of the game, like with the whole Heavensward stuff and so on. Not even Heavensward, also with the Realm Reborn stuff. I'm not 100% certain about this, but if you want to see that or even take part in it, let me know. But yeah, this video is probably already way long enough, so I'm gonna cut it here. Thank you all for watching, and everyone have a wonderful day.